Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Whole Division podcast. This is season 2. Chids, what episode is it?
No, I mean, no. Maybe. Nah. It's not. You said it. You said it's 8. No, you didn't. You didn't. I'm lying. You said it was 9, so I'm just gonna go with 9. It's episode 9.
It's episode 9. There we go. Now, guys, for context, there, right? Maybe about 60 seconds before we went live, I said it's episode 9. Carl, back me up here. Did I not say that?
You did, Stick. You did.
Okay, good. I did say that. So I can't even blame Milan on this one because Minnie's not here to blame her, so we got to blame Chidi on this one, all right? So, again, season 2, episode 9, and we are back. Before I get into the topics of this week, right, shout out to those who joined last week. Now, last week was not episode 8. Last week was the quiz, okay? Last week we had the quiz, which was hosted by it was hosted by Kay, forgive me. Kay hosted the quiz last week. I just want to put it out there before we get started. Right? I'm going to remind you guys for the rest of the day as well that I came first. I came first on the quiz. Okay? They said, "Oh, you're cheating,
I
Sticky.
hear about you cheating, Stick.
Yeah, you're cheating. I came first, right? Fair and square. So that was last week, and the week before we had the all ladies edition, which was episode 8, and there's gonna be another one soon. So this week, though, episode 9, right? 3 topics. The first one is justice for child Q. I'll give you some context in a moment. The second topic is the Oscars. Now, again, Chris Rock, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm looking forward to that topic. In fact, I don't know if give my opinion, but I'm going to give my opinion on that one there, right?
Yeah, and the third topic about that one.
I got to say exactly. I've been posting a lot of memes on that one as well. And the third topic this week is chivalry dead? That's our 3 topics, right? Is it dead? Before any further, shout out to those that are messaging already. So shout out to PD85, shout out to Brina Zetty's baby, says evening all. And Brina says, I missed Kay hosting. She also says, congrats to Sticky. Yes, Sticky won the quiz fair and square. I made sure that everyone could see it. I posted to everyone as well to make sure they knew that I won, okay? So that was that, right? So first of all, as I said, justice for child Q. Now, for those of you who don't know, if I'm not mistaken, Child Q is a 15-year-old teenage schoolgirl who was made to strip search because they thought that she was in possession of drugs. And from my understanding now, don't hold me to this, but I read something today, and it says that I think the police officers made her strip down naked and even remove her sanitary towel, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I took from the article. Again, there are other articles out there that may say something different, but that was what I read in the article that I read. All right. So, Chids, I know you probably know a bit more about this one than I do. Do you want to kick us off with this one?
I mean, there's been so much just like obviously floating around in the media. A lot of people are angry. As a mother, I totally understand why. As a human being, I totally understand why. It's just anything. It's what was going on. I mean, obviously, we know from the media and the stories that the child apparently or supposedly smelt of marijuana. That's what led to the child being searched. But what is going on? Do you know what? This is just something that I just don't know. It's so hard to speak on. I remember when I was back in school, and when young boys being boys would mess around and they pull your trousers or they do something absolutely ridiculous. I remember that happened to me, and it happened to be my time of the month. And the boys ripped my trousers down, and I was there in my knickers, and you could blatantly see my sanitary towel through my knickers. It was the most humiliating demeanoring experience, one of the experiences of my life. So imagine being a 15-year-old child searched by the powers that be, the people that we're meant to put our trust in, and it's your time of the month. Like all those police officers, teachers, whatever, they should all be sacked. I don't know what to say about it. There were a lot of people saying that if it was a white child, the smelt of marijuana, would have that white child have been searched as thoroughly? Would it have been that day? Personally, I don't think so. No, especially being in this happened in Hackney, East London. No, they would have just rang the child's mum and said, "Oh, he or she smells of marijuana. Come at the school and come and get him." Think I think it was emphasized more because of the child's colour. Yes, I do agree with that. Is how do we get justice for this child? How do we do that? How do we go about it? Because it doesn't matter, how much justice we get. That's not going to take that experience away from the child. Child's always going to remember that happened. It's always going to be there. So is justice really justice? Are people going to pay? Is it going to be enough? I don't know. It's so disturbing. It was heartbreaking to hear, even there was a woman and she gave a speech and it was just the pain. It was the pain in her voice. It was horrible. And I just don't know what the fuck is going on. What's going on? I can't say too much on this one because it's too heartbreaking. Too heartbreaking.
A lot of valid points in there. Carl, before I come to you, I'll come to the ladies in the comments, right? So we've got quite a few ladies here. So we've got My Little Trouble, we've got Being As His Baby, we've got P85, we've got DJ Empress, we've got Ethan and Kim. We have got, I think Freckleface Mama is in there as well. Ladies, I'm coming to you all, right? And I hope I'll word this question in a misogynistic way or anything like that. I don't mean it to come across like that. But how would you feel, specifically, personally, if you had to be searched whilst in school as like child Q? How would you feel, especially if it was your time of the month? That's a key part there as well. I mean, first of all, it's 15-year-old child. Child's 15. It's child. Strip search for weed. Come on. I mean, what were you? We're in the airport. Like, it's not that deep, right? My personal opinion. As Shitty said, I think I was in school, they'd probably called my parents and said, we think sticky fingers, obviously they didn't call me sticky fingers at the time, right? It'd have been stinky marijuana fingers, we think he's smoking weed or whatever, and can you please come down? So ladies, I want to find out from you guys, how would you feel if you had to be strip searched in school? And was it in school, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
In school. Was it the police or was it the teachers?
It was the teachers, but I think they called the police, didn't they?
Okay, so strip search in school whilst on your time of the month. So ladies, please let me know in the comments. I'll read them all out. Obviously, if you want to say it anonymously, that's not a problem. Although people will see when you're typing, so hey ho. Carl, what's your views? Do you think race plays a part in this, as Chili said? What do you reckon?
100%. It's abuse. This is abuse. This is neglect on that child. It's abuse. It's cruelty. It's racism, it's misogyny, it's fucking disgusting. We haven't heard about this story of it in Australia. Chitty called me the other day and said, have you heard about Baby Q or Kid Q or whatever, however it's titled, sorry. And I was like, no. So she started listing it off. I said, the kid's black, right? So she said, yeah, straight away. She didn't even need to tell me. What kid ain't smoking weed these days? More to the point. So what we're going to do? Are we going to go and strip search every kid? No. This was an isolated case. They picked on this kid because the kid was black. This teacher was racist. Yeah, I don't care. Some parents, some teachers shouldn't be teachers. Some adults, they really need to go and refocus on their life and find out what their purpose is, because that's not their purpose. We don't go in.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I just was sorry to even cut you, but I just wanted to say thank you for saying that, because my child the other day was sent to APC, which is isolation, yeah? She was sent to isolation away from her class and everything for sneezing.
Excuse me?
For sneezing, yeah. Because of the way she sneezes, I don't know if it's a black thing, yeah, because black people just seem to sneeze differently. And we sneeze about 20 times in a row, innit? She sneezed, and it's different. It's pure loud. And the teacher said she was disruptive and she was trying to amuse the class. So he sent her to isolation for sneezing.
Some people need to go and refocus and regroup their thoughts. I
It's
tell you now,
absolutely
we need good
true.
vibrations in this world, and some people are not good vibrations.
All right, let me read some of his messages. Right, so I've thrown out to you, ladies, to let me know what your views are. Especially again, key part in there. Obviously, key part is being 15, being in secondary school. So it's as hard time as it is, and being on your time in a month. Right. So first one says there are so many ways that this. Sorry, say again. There are so many ways that could have been handled that allowed her to maintain her dignity and not go through that trauma. They chose the worst way possible. That's on P85. Britney Zay's baby says, I would have felt so humiliated. DJ Empress says, I think I would feel more embarrassed about it being public than taking off my pad. Okay, fair enough. Freckleface Mama says, even Lovelies. I think she's talking about sticky fingers there, by the way. Brina says, and violated as well. Brina also says, yes, Carl, that was abuse. Isana Kim says, hi. DJ Empress says, violation. P85 says, I would have felt so humiliated. They would have had to take me to the station kicking and screaming. Fair enough. These people from South London, isn't it? Freckleface Mama says, well, I don't know if it's 1,000% or 1,000,000% abuse and racism. My Little Trouble says, I would have felt so ashamed and overwhelmed with thoughts and emotions that's just cruel and humiliating. They should have called her parents first. I would be mad. That's a good point, actually. I wonder what their reasons are for not calling the parents and strip searching a child. Because I think
that's
the
first of anything. That's the first of anything. Me being a nursery teacher, I know there is a massive code of practice. There are the rights of a child by the UN Convention. There are so many safeguarding issues. There's so much to cover. How were the parents not called? You cannot touch a child. In some schools, you can't even, even like dealing with little ones, if they have an accident, you cannot touch them. You have to phone their parents. So how were they allowed to touch that child? I don't understand. Who thought that it was okay? Who thought that it was okay? Me today, I removed a splinter from one of my children's fingers in nursery today, and I felt a way about doing it because I'm not allowed to remove that splinter from their finger. And I found myself over explaining to the parent when they come to collect them, and they were like, it's fine, thank you for removing it. But I still felt a way. So imagine me saying, "No, sorry, I just touched up your child and felt them and searched them and done all sorts." No, I want to know what happened.
Do you know what? You made a good point there, actually. I think, sorry, I need to cut you there, Carl.
No, good.
You made a good point there. I think there's a thin line, I'll be careful how I say this as well, with terms of like what you should be allowed and what shouldn't be allowed. Now, the reason why I say that is because when I used to work, one of my old colleagues, as you mentioned about being a nursery teacher, one of my old colleagues said, if his kids took a poo at nursery or school, the teachers would call them. The teachers would call them and to say that the child's taking a poo, so what to do, or I think something along those lines. Yeah. And in my head, I think to myself, come on, there has to be a level of like common sense here, because if you call me and tell me that my child is taking a poo, I'm gonna be pissed that you've wasted my time to tell me the child's in a poo. The child is a child. Wipe their ass, okay? Help them wipe their ass.
In defence of all nursery teachers and nursery nurses, and in our defence, there has been situations where the child has been, wiped or whatever, and then that child goes home, has that little end of the day conversation with their parents. Oh, so-and-so touched my bum today at nursery.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd expect them to if you took a poo. Like, I'd expect them to touch your bum if you did a poo.
All parents think that way, so it's hard.
I know you calling me, telling me that you sorry, Sticky Fingers, DJ Sticky Fingers, the world's greatest, that your child is on a poo. Don't wait wasting my time.
I'll say your pit needs out the shit. You need to come and clean it now.
What do you think I ever pay the nursery fees for, or my tax money? Whatever it is, I'm paying something. Wipe the child's ass, okay? But on the flip side, I also wouldn't expect you to strip search my child. Forget time of the month thing, because it could have been a boy, it could have been a guy, it could have been a son. So time of the month is irrelevant. You're going to strip search my child for what reason? Because you think they may have weed. Of all things, as Carl said, which 15-year-old child isn't smoking weed? I'd be like, wow, my child's smoking weed, is it? Yeah, I'll deal with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't worry, when child comes home, you let me know.
Is it not legal in the UK anyway now to smoke weed?
Not 15, it ain't, that's for sure. No. You can't be
smoking.
No,
15. I'm fine the age, but
no, it's still not legal. I think it's certain quantities you can have, I believe. I don't smoke, okay. I don't know. But my point being is that why would you strip search my child, boy or girl,
Mm.
because of weed? Like, you tell me they got a gun on them, then I'll be like, you know what? To be fair, yeah. To be fair, we really might have a bit of weed. Anyway, Carl, before I come to the news and say something, maybe some messages quickly and I come over to you. I haven't forgotten, Carl, so forgive me. Peely85 says, don't start with me sticks. I think it's me talking about these people from South London. I won't say where she's from, but, you know, we all know already. Brina Zetti's Baby, before I read Brina Zetti's Baby's one, don't forget to check out Brina's Addictive Cakes on Instagram, all right? She says, if they called the parents, they wouldn't have been able to conduct the strip search KMT. We wouldn't allow it. It sounds mad, but I get it fully. I think talking about what Chids was saying about being allowed and not being allowed to touch kids. Brina also says, Chids and laughs. DJ Empress is laughing. And Brina says, our time of the month adds a whole new level of humiliation to the circumstances.
Oh, wow, yes. For real. It's just, you know, it's the worst thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Carl, what were you going to say again? I know I cut you before, so apologies.
No, it's fine. What's the latest on the teacher? Is she being reprimanded?
Well, I know the head master or mistress or whatever, I think headmaster, has been asked to resign.
So hang on, so the head hasn't done anything about it either?
No, but he's been asked to resign by I think the local mayor, is it? Yeah, I think it's the mayor. Yeah. He's been asked to resign. It's wild. I don't know. This whole thing is wild.
I'm sorry, where does somebody in such a position think that is not a good thing to do?
I don't know how I feel about the headmaster having to resign though, because if I run a school and I have, say, how many teachers? So I think a secondary school, there's 30 teachers, say, give or take. I don't know how many. So might be 5 per year, right? Five per year, and that's 5 years. There's 25 teachers at the minimum. And one teacher does something out of place. I don't know why I got to be responsible. I'll lose my job for you being an arsehole.
Okay.
And it's not my code of practice.
I'll give you a reason why.
But it's not my code of practice.
Yeah, if your teacher is not doing anything legally and you're not being there to rectify that. So if my teacher was there now and did that to that 15-year-old and I thought I didn't have to do anything about it, I should lose my job.
You're talking about if they don't do anything about it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay,
damn right. In my position, I would feel like, I got to get this person taken off the premises straight away because you just abuse a freaking minor, first and foremost. Secondly,
you need to make sure your staff are doing what they're doing.
100%. And look, everyone can't be in a classroom, and we all know kids can have the tendency to go, she did this, he did this. I get that. But when there's something as this historic, I mean, this is historic. This is disgusting.
It is.
If something on this, if this magnitude has happened and no one senior is being seen to reprimand that person, then 100% those assholes need to go as well.
Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. PD agrees with you. Says, what happened to gross misconduct and sackable offences? That's fine. Yeah.
Like where? What's happening? Like at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. What is going on? Because we all know, and let's not even sugarcoat it. Let's be real. If this was a white child and those teachers were black and headmaster was black, it would have been all over. It would have been done, dusted, cleaned up. Everyone would have been sacked. It would have been cleared up. It's just another. I just feel like it's just another thing to cause that segregation just a little bit more. Look where it happened in Hackney. There's just going to be absolute, and then they expect people to jump on a bandwagon and everyone to kick off and whatever. But it's actually hurt the public. It's hurt the public because for a second, I didn't think about colour of the child. I didn't think about the colour of the people. I didn't think about anything like that. I just thought, oh my God, I'm a mother and I got a child, and imagine that shit happening to my child. Carl, imagine if I rang you and said that happened to your goddaughter. Do you get me?
On the first flight.
Like, Sticky, imagine if that happened to your child or it happened to your nieces or nephews or whatever. Just imagine. And I think that's what the public did. And then all the other bits, the pieces come in afterwards, and people are like, oh my God, it just gets worse as it goes along. So I'll go back to say what I said before. Where is the justice? Where are we going to have any justice for this child? That child's always going to remember that.
True. I think Phoebe's asking a similar sort of question. She says, why is he being asked to resign, specifically asked to resign? My Little Trouble says, I'm not being funny, but he should have left if he never stopped it or did nothing. As a mum, if that was my child, I would have chased the teacher and the principal around that school.
Yeah.
When are we collectively when are we collectively as humans going to realize that this racism thing is bullshit and we are one race? Stop this fucking absolute neglect on humans. This was abuse and this was clearly racism, but people need to be seriously stepping into themselves. You're doing this abuse to other humans.
We're human beings. That's what the race is. And it's just like, you know, I just don't think, it's like, when is the divide going to ever really stop? It's not going to. It doesn't feel like it's going to, because every day something new pops up and it's like, oh, okay. And I'm not even going to lie, like, I go to it sometimes, or I might be on the street, or I might look at some old white people and think, oh, right, I ain't got, and I find myself thinking ignorantly for a second, and then I got to check myself and say, no, it's not. That's not how it is. And I know that I've had conversations with other people, and it's like, you know, me and Carl being best friends forever and a day. I don't see, oh, Carl, my white friend. You don't say, oh, Chidi, my black friend. That's not how it is, just Carl or Chidi. Do you know what I mean? But then there's people out there who do see the divide. It's just hard work. When is it ever going to stop? It seems to be everywhere.
Do you know what, Chiz? I'll tell you what, I kind of like, I'm going to challenge that slightly before I read the message. I don't have a problem with it there being a divide, in the sense that if you acknowledge what I am, but don't make it be a thing. Yeah. So if Carl and I are going out somewhere, I don't need someone to say, oh, I'm going to go with white Carl, or Carl who is white, or Carl's nationality or his sexuality or anything doesn't need to be mentioned. So yes, I can acknowledge that he may be white, he may be Australian, that's not, or he's Welsh, or his sexuality, and that's how I feel as well. So I don't want someone to say, oh, I don't see you as a black person. No, you can see me as a black person, but don't let me being black or being a black man be the key focus.
Don't let it be a problem.
Absolutely. Don't let it be the key focus. So yes, I'm a black man. You can acknowledge I'm a black man, but don't let it be. Yeah. You know, someone might take the piss out of you. Look, see, black people always late. If a car says it to me, I think it's fucking hilarious. Do you know what I mean? I think it's fucking funny because car comes there super early. So it's like, see, the white man come here really early. But you know what I mean? But it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? We can know that each other's different, but don't let it be the focus of the communication or things. Yeah, I was saying someone the other day, I'm gonna digress here. So I used to work in a bank, right? And what I used to do, I used to be an advisor in a bank. And what used to happen was, and I got into this notion of doing it myself, if there was a person sitting there waiting to be looked after, so needed my assistance, they would say, oh, there's a client waiting for you sitting down in the banking hall, right? But if the person which is fine. If the person was black, they would say there's a black person or there's a black man or black woman waiting for you. So what used to happen is that I'm not going to say that I didn't do it myself. I did it myself, and it was only one day I kind of caught myself doing it. I thought, why is it that if it's a white man or white woman sitting down, we would say there's a man or woman waiting to be looked after. The man sitting down in the corner, for example, that's waiting to be seen next, which is fine, isn't it? But if it was a black man sitting down in the corner, it'd be like, it's the black guy sitting down in the corner. And I realized that it came to a point that if the person was non-white, the first way we'd describe him was by their race. Then you know what I mean. So, but anyway, I digress. I'm gonna read some of these messages, and we've got to go to the next topic, which is about the Oscars. Right. So read some of the messages quickly first. What are you saying? Yes, Carl. Yes, Carl. Fire emojis. Carl. 100% Carl.
Yeah, fire Carl.
Everyone's loving Carl today. Let me throw one in there. See, thinks you're the greatest. PDA5 says so true, Carl. DJ Empress says it's never going to stop. Unfortunately, Carl. I think talking about when Carl mentioned about racism and it needs to stop. P85 says the sad thing is that there are people out there that don't want racism to stop. They want it around. Probably a good point as well. Just like any other prejudice too, they want to keep the things that segregate us. Okay, fair enough. My Little Trouble says you can't change the color of our skin, but you can change the way we deal with things and people. And then Brina says, wow, KMT. So next topic, right? Because we're like 25 minutes deep so far, and I want to talk about the Oscars. I want to talk about the Oscars. That's the second topic, the Oscars. Now, we don't need to go into the full thing because we've all seen it. I'm sure we've seen every meme. I've posted a few myself. And I want to talk a bit more about this topic my damn self today, right? Because I'm coming for all of you bastards, all right? So,
Give me one
Carl, I'll
quick.
come to you
Go on
first.
then, Stick.
Wait, no, he's
I'll
gone.
get my friend.
I'm going to go into Carl first, and he's gone. All right, Chili, we're going to go to you first.
Okay.
Carl's got Deliveroo coming. He's like, ding dong, Deliveroo.
He's definitely got Deliveroo. It's on a
Deliveroo.
kangaroo. It's kangaroo over there, though, isn't it?
Is-
Oh, look, I'll get in
Sorry.
trouble for that now, isn't it?
Apparently, it's not Deliveroo where you are, it's Kangaroo in
Kangaroo,
Australia.
you are,
Oh,
Carl, innit?
fuck off. Yeah, we ride on to work as well. Fuck off.
In the didgeridoo, yeah? For those of you who don't know,
absolutely.
Carl is in Australia right now. So it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, Carl, where you are?
No, 7:30.
Oh, 7:30, forgive me. 7:30 in the morning where Carl is. So,
Right.
right. So we've all seen it, right? I'm going to ask you guys in the comments as well. What's your thoughts on what happened at the Oscars? So we know that Chris Rock, the comedian, actor, a legend, I call him, came on stage, hosting one of the awards. So made a few comments about a few people in the crowd. We had a comment about Jada Pinkett Smith. I was seeing a Tupac Shakur. And then Will Smith jumped up on stage and slapped him. What is your thoughts? Was he right in doing so or wrong in doing so? Carl, I'm coming to you first. What is your thoughts on this?
I laughed. I laughed. I shouldn't have.
She is bald.
It's facts. It's facts. She called her G.I. Jane. Get over it. Worst things in the world are happening, right? I mean, look, for having no hair, she looked beautiful anyway. We'll say that. Will and his damn ass Smith, I'm sorry, man. Should you know, I've always said this about him. I don't like him. He's shifty.
He hates him.
I can't take to the man. There's something, and I can't wait for all these upbringings now of all these stories that's going to happen now. And I'm not wishing bad on him, but it's all going to come to light now. Everyone's going to be like, oh, this is Will Smith, this is Will Smith. I'm telling you now, he ain't genuine at all. And he was damn well out of order. And I will say this about certain things I've been seeing online. It's generally been coming from people of the black crowd. They've been saying people are just mad that he did it in front of white people. Why is this race being brought into it? I mean, people are just, I cannot, people fuck off. This had nothing to do with race. Don't bring race into it. Don't make race a fucking part of this whole situation. Had nothing to do with it. He was damn right out of fucking order. He should be banned from the next one. He should have his award taken away from him. He should, if you act like that as a person in day-to-day life, you're going to get locked up.
I'll just
That's
don't
what
like
would happen.
you know.
I don't. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Can't stand him. No.
You hate your friend. Do you know what? I think, in regard to the whole thing, I did see something and then they were saying that the whole production team for the Oscars this year were black people, yeah? So they were saying that Will Smith made like black people look bad or whatever and stuff. At the end of the day, fucking the media is making black people look bad on a daily basis, so I just don't believe that. It's full of shit. Secondly, in regards to the whole slap thing. Now, so this is for me, yeah. Chris Rock.
Chris didn't move. Chris just did a cheeky.
He's funny as fuck. When I see Chris Rock, all I see is Marty from Madagascar. That's all I see in it. And I just piss myself laughing anyway. So, what he said was absolutely funny. She is bald, isn't it? She is. Doesn't like. I'm not saying it doesn't matter the reason as to why she's bald. Okay, she's like at the end of the day, comedians make jokes about anything. The humor is dark. It's dark humor. So we'll take away, just for a second, take away the reason as to why she was bald. The joke was funny. I pissed myself laughing. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. So did Will. Will pissed himself laughing too. And then when he seen his woman's face, yeah, when he seen the eye roll and the whole, oh yeah, blah, 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 that's when he switched. In regards to the whole walking up and slapping him and whatever, I just don't believe the slap was real. I don't believe it was real. It doesn't look genuine. I've watched it many times. I've done close-ups, I've looked from different angles, I've done all sorts, and I don't think it was real. But regardless, it was absolutely hilarious. Then people were saying about how, yeah, but, you know, people are just mad. It's actually nice to see a black man stick up for a black woman because the black woman is the most unprotected, most da-da-da. Yeah, there is, again, it's true, but you're making it about something else. To me, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's the biggest narcissist going. She's a horrible woman. There's
Look at the kids she produced.
There's bad vibes about that woman, you know. I've always said it from way back when she was in Set It Off. I was not taken in by her little role. Do you get me? I was never taken in by any of her roles. She is bad vibes anyway, yeah. And Will, I think also the only part that I think is really, really, really serious about this is the fact that Will is clearly having an emotional, mental breakdown right before our eyes, and nobody is doing anything to help that man. That's the only bit that makes me think, oh, fucking hell, this is a little bit deep. But then, in regards to everything else, it was absolutely hilarious because my mum went and boxed up Chris Rock, did the whole thing, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and then he went on to win an Oscar. He is laughing right now. He apologised or whatever. I know on Good Morning Britain, when they had ZZ Mills on there, they were saying to her how, Will Smith, you know, people, now you've got children are going to look at Will Smith and think, oh, you know, he was my role model, but he's it. Shut up. No, like, celebrities are human beings too. In that moment, he's obviously, look what he's been through. And he's been dragged. His whole marriage has been dragged through the media. So in the moment, there was probably 1,000,001 emotions going on. And I do feel sorry for Will. I got empathy for Will in the respect of he is having an emotional breakdown and no one's doing anything about it. But yeah, just thought the G.I. Jane joke was absolutely fucking funny. Brilliant.
Right, so I need someone to mention this quickly. No, that's cool. I'm going to go back to Carl's point because I think race has a big part in this, right? And I'm going to agree and disagree, and I'm going to say things that you might not like. So I think I'll go to Millie. So Millie, before I come to you, first of all, welcome to Millie. I've Millie, Miss Millie Rock.
Sorry, I was late. I had a whole there was blood everywhere. I mean, it's not that serious. My son just cut his foot, and I can't deal with blood. So this is what I'm stressed. I'm hot. I'm like, I can't deal. But he's fine. He's in bed now. He's sleeping. He's snoring. I'm here.
So I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say Millie has stuff to do, but she didn't say no reason why. I wasn't going to do that because it was a private matter.
Everything, do you know what I mean?
I know, but that was a private matter, so I won't no need to know that.
Tell everyone everything. My period's due next week, do you know what I'm saying? So
I know, but to be fair, when you said there's blood everywhere, you start off with there's blood everywhere. I thought, oh, Jesus Christ, where's this going? But before I come to Millie, Peely85 says, the joke had nothing to do with her condition. No, he wasn't right. I think he was spot on about the haircut too. Mm-hmm. I say that again. The joke had nothing to do with her condition. Mm-hmm. No, he wasn't right. Talking about Will wasn't right. I think he was spot on about the haircut too, talking about Chris Rock. Brina says Carl. She's laughing at Carl. Peely says, yes, Chids, it looks staged. Says also there's something about that woman. There's something about that woman. He's been jumping over hurdles to please her. DJ Empress says, hey, Millie. And she also says, Sticky Fingers, you are the best. You are the greatest thing since sliced bread and giggle.
She didn't say that. I know she didn't because DJ Empress doesn't feel that way about you. Not many people do, so stop begging it, please.
But it's funny you say that, Chids. It's funny you say that because last week again, DJ Empress was part of the quiz. So was Millie. Millie, who came first last week again on the quiz?
I ain't got my memory.
Oh, yeah, that's why you didn't come first, right? Because your memory. I came first. So, Millie.
How did he win? Yeah, we're going to have a chat about this later.
Shots fired. Are you right, Stick?
Millie, what is your view on Chris Rock and Will Smith's saga at the Oscars?
I'm just here for the memes. I am loving the memes right now. Literally, there was one, I don't even know what it said. Like I said, I'm too all over the place right now, but it was something about if that was Tupac, he would have shot him because it was just like, what was that? A little bitch slap? Like, because I can't tell, was it a punch or a slap? Because in the still, his hand's like flat, and I'm like, you just slapped him, mate. Like,
yeah, it was a slap. It was a slap.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Overhanded slap.
I don't know who G.I. Joe is. Is he bald? Because obviously
G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane.
Yeah, but who's G.I. Jane? Who's that?
You know G.I. Jane, the film.
Like action hero, like Tomb Raider, G.I. Jane, same sort of kind of thing.
I thought he was making G.I. Joe, G.I. Jane, and then I was like, is G.I. Joe even bald? I don't know. But I know, I'm so sorry, guys.
Shouted,
so sorry. I should have just not commented. I definitely think, though, I don't think it was staged. I feel like if this didn't happen, and obviously I don't know if anyone said this, but if this didn't happen, who knew the Oscars were on? Are they not about getting ratings anymore? Because I heard like probably 2 weeks ago, maybe. I didn't even hear it from like a news page. One of my friends posted on Insta that Beyonce was singing at the Oscars. That's all I heard. I didn't even know the Oscars were on. Obviously, it's not really a big thing in England, but didn't know it was on. Didn't know until I woke up in the morning and I was like, that's really funny. So it's like, if that didn't happen, who would have known? Because yes, that did happen, but I feel like if there were bigger things that happened on the night, i.e. if Beyonce was there singing, or someone, I can't remember, but somebody black won an award and somebody black then gave the award to them, and everyone was like, oh my God, this was like a pivotal like moment or whatever. Well, I don't even know who they were. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what else happened? What, just this slap? So that's what made the Oscars this year, was just
Hollywood. Hollywood Mill always do like to do this unconventional thing where they like to keep themselves in the media. We need to remember this also.
Of course, because now
keep
we're
themselves
all talking about it. Do you know what I mean? We're all talking about it. It's getting like tweeted. I don't have Twitter, but you know, Oscars is probably a good hashtag right now. Will Smith is probably a good hashtag right now. I'm hearing that Chris Rock, his shows have nearly completely like sold out because of this. So what are you going to? He's the one that got slapped. You're going to go see him for? Like, if you wasn't buying tickets before, again, is it because you didn't know his shows were being publicized, or you just didn't want to go because you thought he was quite shit? Do you know what I'm saying? But now you want to go because he's the guy who got bitch slapped by like Will Smith.
But this is what it is. There's a method to the madness, isn't there? This
of course there is. Of course there is.
I feel like that joke was scripted in. I feel like it was scripted in, most definitely. I don't think, obviously, the reaction. I think it was all scripted, but it just went a little bit. It went left.
Well, I don't know, because you see, so first of all, the first clip I saw was when he come on stage, slapped him, and then he sat down. So I was like, then I was like, oh my God, like, that's really bad. And then I saw the clip from before that, and Will's laughing. Like, he's like, hey, I find that funny. Because this is the thing, at the Oscars, on American TV shows, like the hosts and that, they do just take the piss out of the audience. Like, it's happened for years. Do you know what I mean? So in their speeches. So it's like, Will's laughing like, oh yeah, that's cool. Looked over at my girl, and my girl's just straight face, like,
pissed off.
What the fuck are you laughing at? And now Will's like, hold on, all right, cool, this is serious, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, in my head, obviously, I never knew that she had alopecia. Like, I don't follow her like that. I'm not a fan of her like that.
Do you know what I mean? Do you get me? I don't even really believe the woman, because she just chats shit anyway. I feel
like, obviously, you know, she must have been very upset at home or emotional about it at home. So then that's why when he's looked at her and thought, okay, cool, it's just gone one step too far. Do you know what I mean? And then I feel like Will is definitely having a breakdown, but because he's not a Kanye West about it, and he's not posting this, that, the other, and he's just kind of quiet, staying under the radar, unless this woman ends up on the red table or blue table, whatever fucking colour it is, and chatting out her business. You know, all he does is kind of just chat and then has a cry, and then that's it. And I don't think anyone's taking it serious. Obviously, we don't know. I don't know if he's got a therapist. I don't know who's working behind the scenes with him. But from what we can see, he's been crying for a good 2-3 years now. Do you know what I'm saying? How much tears does one man have?
Some valid points in them. There's going to be some messages. I'm going to give you my points, right? My views on this one. So hold on. I'm going to go on my soapbox now, right?
He's going to take a deep breath before he does
exactly. I really am.
Deep breath. He's ready, you know.
I'm ready. Come for all you motherfuckers.
Let me just put my cushion.
Exactly. Strap up, man. P85 says, no one is talking about Serena Williams' wardrobe malfunction. I didn't even see that. Carl says, our very own Carl, by the way, says, sticking his help. I think because I don't know why. Ethan Kim says, you cheated on the quiz. Freckle Face Mama says, the joke went deeper than the hair, as Demi Moore, who played the G.I. Jane many years ago, left her husband for a younger man, and Jada had an affair with her son's friend. If that was the other way around, Will would have been dragged. Okay. DJ Empress says,
Yeah,
thanks, Chids, for not entertaining him, Char. PLE85 says, Jared, Jane, and Jade have the exact same haircut, Mills. Fair enough. Brina's A-Baby says, that's true, Milan. My Little Trouble says, I think if Will didn't react after Jade's facial expression, it would have blown up anyway. How could he not have done anything? I'm not sure. So here's my
it would have
reason,
blown
right?
up for him though. Like when you know, like a Jay-Z, Beyonce, Solange in the lift. It would have blown up for him, not for the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's how I disagree with Carl, and I say race is a big part in this, right? I've got two different points on this about race, okay? So the first point about race I'm going to go with is in regards to the Oscars itself, right? So as we know, as an actor, one of the highest awards you can get, if not the highest, is the best male or best female award at the Oscars, right? Now, the reason why race is important in this, firstly, not firstly, but the reason why race is important, in my opinion, is that since 1958, this is on Wikipedia, right? Do you know how many black males have won Best Actor award in a leading role? Since 1958. Sidney Poitier was the first one. Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx. Oh, what's the guy? Forrest Whitaker. And I think Will Smith. So since 1958, the Oscar for Best Actor leading role. And I think how many black actors, I know it's not really about race, but you think over the years there's been many black actors who've been overlooked purely because of their race, right? Let's call a spade, okay? There was some shit person that won it that year, and we know that someone else who's probably black, maybe Morgan Freeman, maybe Samuel Jackson, could have been Denzel as well, because Denzel is one of the best actors ever, but he's only ever won one Oscar for the best actor in a leading role. So, in my opinion, that's why race is very important in this, because you're only, the fifth or sixth black male since 1958 to win the best actor in a leading role, and this is your time to shine. And we should we should be celebrating. Oh my God, Will Smith finally won an Oscar. Remember, he's never won an Oscar for best male in a leading role. Think of all the films that he's been in, all the good films as well that he's done. The Pursuit of Happiness, Independence Day, Ali, the list goes on. 7 Pounds, whatever it may be. Never ever won it. This was your time to shine, and it's overshadowed by you hitting someone. Secondly, the reason I think race is important, right? Check this. Will Smith has gone up on stage and hit someone in the face, okay? If Will Smith had done that to someone that was white, let's say, I don't know, someone tell me a famous white person, Jim Carrey, yeah? If Jim Carrey was giving that award out and made that same joke in the exact same way, do you think Will Smith would be allowed to collect his award when he had finished?
No.
Or do you think he'd have been arrested for assault?
Yeah.
It's assault, right? It's called a spade. It's an assault. Let's think of a woman. Tell me a famous white woman. Just any famous white woman you can think of. Tell me someone. Meryl Streep. Right, thank you. If Meryl Streep was saying that joke, right? She's lovely, man. Devil Wears Prada, big film. I love that film. If Meryl Streep was giving the exact same joke in the exact same way, and Will Smith walked up to her and slapped her in the face, do you think he'd have been allowed to collect his award? Do you think he'd have been arrested for assault?
He would have.
Do you think if Kanye West went up there on stage and slapped someone, we would have this debate about, was he right or was he wrong? Was defending his wife's honor? No, we wouldn't. Yeah, it's the fact that it's Will Smith for starters. I like Will Smith. I'm a big fan of Will Smith. Don't get me wrong. But it's the fact that he's gone up on stage and hit another black man that he's allowed to get away with it. And that's why I think race is important in this. Because if it had been him slapping Meryl Streep, I could never get her name right, Meryl Streep, he would have been arrested.
Yeah.
He'd have slapped Jim Carrey, he would have been arrested for assault. Because it's assault. You can't even deny what it is. You can't even say there's not enough evidence to see it. There's evidence in every fucking angle. It's assault.
You're not lying, you know. This is the first time I think I've actually thought, do you know what? Sticky's actually speaking some sense, you know. We're on the same page, Sticky, because usually I just think you're just chatting shit and you don't say anything. But tonight you're actually saying the thing, and I just want to give you a big round of applause for that. That was
You know why? Because he's giving his opinion and not a textbook answer.
Yeah.
He even done
Actual
research. Man said
factual.
this comes from Wikipedia. He did a milli.
That's
He did
the
a whole milli.
truth, Mel. That's the
Came
truth, Mel.
from there. Do you get me? Well done, Stick. I'm proud of you, man.
You have a voice. You found your voice within. Well done,
Let's give
son.
him a round of applause.
Fuck the lot of you, okay? Fuck the lot of you. Remember who came first in the quiz, right? Let's put it out of them. Let me read some of this quickly because I was on my soapbox there. I'm off it now. Let's have a quick read of this. I am Fly. So Fly Tammy says, I think it's all part of Holly Lywood. Good evening, by the way. And everyone's just laughing, by the way. And DJ Empress is Guan Sticks. Yeah, man, that's my views on it. Yeah, exactly. Anyone wants to follow that one? Anyone anything else to say? I'm finished now. Finished.
He said it with his luck. He said, watch on my shit locker. That shit's locked up, man. Stay in the thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get me. Screwed a lot of you, right? God, what? I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my
I hate those kids. Can't stand them. The most ego-driven couple in Hollywood, and they mass-produced.
The Carl doesn't like the Smiths.
Clearly not.
Nah.
My question I have to you guys, though, I said what I had to say. Do any of you disagree?
No, now you put that context in, I can see a different side. Yes.
If it was Kanye West, people would be on his case. Kanye would have got it. If Kanye hit Mel Street,
he would have been in jail.
Exactly, he would have been arrested before the night was over. We're talking about LAPD saying, "Oh, but Chris Rock doesn't want to press charges." Mate, if I go on the street and punch someone in the face, right? Believe you me, I don't need them to wait to call the police on me. They'll call the police on me and say, "Well, we got evidence of you punching someone in the face. We're going to arrest you."
They'll press charges on your behalf.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear this bullshit. Okay. But anyway, that was that. Are we done on this topic? Because everyone's quiet in there. Everyone's like, "Ross, Sticky's spoken." Everyone's quiet, like.
Shut up now, Stick. You found your voice.
Do you know what? Guess what, guys? I'm going to say something. It's just totally out of the blue. Remember this? Ask Millie. I actually haven't asked Millie. It's a quick one. Straightforward. Millie, let me just ask you something, yeah? So basically, this woman, yeah, she's met this guy, whatever, and that. She thought she was going to wait until she slept with him and everything. She just wanted to be sure. You know, time came and she thought, yeah, this is all good. The guy called her the wrong name when they were having sexual intercourse. What would you do, Millie, if that shit happened to you?
Punch me in the face. I mean, obviously, depending where I am.
Well, like Will hit Chris.
Yeah, but I'm boxing. Nah. No, I'd have to box you in the face because I'm sorry. Because now we've got questions. So now we're going to have to do question time. We're going to have to sit in the dark room. We're going to have to shine the lamp on your face. Whose name is this? What relationship does she have to you? Do you know what I mean? Is this your ex? Is this a baby mum? Is this a one-night stand that you've suddenly remembered her name? Like, okay, cool. How long ago have you spoken to this person? What, did you leave this person's house and then came straight to mine? Was you on the phone to them on the way to mine? Did you see them last week? Did you see them last year? If you saw them last year, then why the fuck are they still on your mind? You know what I mean? We're going to have to be, and he ain't even got time to put his clothes back on. He's going to be sitting in the chair, butt naked. His dick just there, just sit down. The lamp will be in your face. And I'm going to have my glasses on. I will. And I'll have a notebook and a fucking pen. I'll be taking notes. Am I a dickhead? No. And then once I've gone through my questions, get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Are you going
to be naked as well whilst asking the questions, or is it just him that's naked?
Yeah, man. You're swinging on everything.
Of course, I got to get dressed. I'm still there. I mean, I still have socks on because I don't, in fact, we're not socks on. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, my socks on, but no one ain't got time to get dressed right now. All I got time to do is grab my glasses from the table at the side of the bed, the bedside table. That's what way it goes out. See, I mean, I'm even getting pissed off. Kind of get my wires out. I don't even know what the objects, the furniture in my house is called. Get my glasses, my notebook, and my pen. Sit down because we're talking now. Like. Because what are you gonna do? Say someone's there and then keep going, pretend I didn't hear, just oh yeah, just cover my ears, like.
Millie said, "Am I a dickhead?"
Billy, Freckle Face Number says just call everyone babe to get around that problem. DJ Empress says cut his tings off and sell it as a dildo.
Girl, no, I can't take blood. No.
This one says I love Millie.
We do too.
And this one says Mills and love
She's
emoji.
unique.
Right. We got less than 10 minutes to go. Right, got to get the last topic in. Right. The last topic is chivalry dead?
It's dead.
Now you
Just
know
makes me want to think
full
of
well.
pirates.
Yeah, that this was a question from a woman for women by women. All right. So
Actually, no, it was from a man. A man asked this question.
yeah, he's gay. He's gay. He's gay. He's gay.
It wasn't me. Don't bother.
Yeah. I was thinking it might have been Carl, to be fair.
Mhm.
So, ladies, I want to know in the comments, ladies, you ladies in the comments, let me know, is chivalry dead? I'm going to come to, actually, because I think it's a gay question. Carl.
No, don't go to me first. I didn't ask this damn question. I mean,
I wanted to be identified as gay.
look, we're going
Let
down
me
our
ask the
line
black
now,
man
aren't we?
first. I'm going to ask Sticky to be a black man with locks, yeah? Sticky.
By the way, guys, if you
Homophobe.
don't know, if you're new to the show, if you're new to this,
now. You're homophobic, motherfucker.
exactly, I agree. If you're new to this, right, we have a lot of banter. Yes, Carl, you know,
Yes.
and we have a love-hate thing. Not even a love-hate. It's more
We
like
don't
Carl
hate
loves
each
me.
other.
That's what it is. He likes the chocolate, and I'm like, you know what? You know what I mean?
It's like, Carl, I love you, Sticky, I can't stand you. It's one of those.
Basically, yeah. So, let me say this. Hold on.
Dead, fam. It's fam. Listen, chivalry is dead.
I mean,
You might
I
get
don't even know
a
what chivalry is. It must
Hold
be
on.
dead.
Men don't
Exactly,
even
hold on,
want to
wait.
hold the door open for you no more. They might hold the door and they'll say, move then.
Hold on, wait. I'm going to come back to that point. Just hold on 1 second. My Little Trouble says, I hope not. Fricker Face Woman says, don't even go there, Kim. You're being dragged. Okay. Brina says, fully dead. Next one says, yeah, fucking dead. Pardon my French.
Dead.
I'm pardon it. This one says, no, but it's dangerously close to being dead. Iron Fly says, define chivalry. And PD85 says, no, it's not dead. There are still men out there that know how to be chivalrous. Now,
There are.
wait, hang on. DJ Press says, what is chivalry? And Freckle Face Woman says, where are they? Chids, you just said, right? There are men out there who don't want to open the door for women, yeah? Now, chivalry, in my opinion, we're gonna go to that point, right? So we'll use that point specifically. Chivalry seems very sexist, okay? I'm gonna throw it out there. Because this all chivalry dead bullshit, right? I'm gonna call it what it is. Very much is aimed towards men doing something. It's never two
women.
ways. No, yeah, it's never two
Enter
ways. It's
the
always,
feminist.
exactly, thank you. It's never a case of, it's always men didn't open the door, or men hold the doors, or men buy flowers, or men buy chocolates, or men do this. Chivalry is always a one-way thing. So please, ladies, in the comments, who want to try to come for me,
I
when you
don't know
say,
what
I'm a woman, I can do this for myself. But I want
tell them,
to
Carl, tell them again, Carl.
Can I interject?
Go on.
No, you can't, Mill.
Oh, then, Mills.
Somebody mute Carl. I don't have to do it. Somebody mute it for me. All right, cool. So you're saying that it's a one-way thing, but you see, like when chivalry was at its like peak, shall we say,
In the 1600s.
Shut up, Carl. I'm interjecting. Yeah. You see, when it was at its peak, women was doing all the housework. We was watching your dirty little youths. Them. We was picking up your dirty pants off the floor. We was
Running your
literally,
bar.
you know what I mean? Like we was doing everything for you while you was going out being a breadwinner. Oh yeah, because you know got to stay at home. And you couldn't open the fucking door for me. You couldn't help me get into the car.
Hold on, Carl.
But that,
Carl, wait.
days,
No, hold
it's fine,
on. Wait.
I understand.
Carl, let me respond to that. Because
Wait.
Millie's made a very good point here, right? Millie said back in the day when
Exactly,
chivalry was
them
at its
day.
peak. When chivalry was at its peak, men were doing X, Y, and Z, open the doors, this, that, and never, chocolates, 1,000 roses, and women were doing X, Y, and Z. The key parts in there were doing. Are
Now
those women
women
doing those things now?
collectively-
No.
Women collectively want things for themselves. So if we're in an equal society, why should it be a thing?
Thank you.
Why can't a woman open the door for a man?
Now, do you know what? Now, listen, right? Do you know for me? Now, do you know for me, yeah? Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. I slightly agree. I do slightly agree, but I am the type of woman, I will hold the door open for a man or whatever. Now, but then the men look at you funny, innit? I did it at the petrol station the other day, and the guy was like, right, you're the first woman who ever held the door open for me, you know? And he got proper emotion, and I was like, I'll just hurry up and fucking walk through, love, because I got shit to do, do you know what I mean? But he was really, and then when I was going back to my car, he was like, no, can I just say that again? That was really nice what you did. I was like, oh, fucking hell. Do you know? So it's like, if there's no balance, I think, for me, I don't give a fuck whether a man or a woman holds the door open. You just hold the fucking door open. And if you can see me struggling and shit, just hold it open. I don't care what your gender is.
It's common decency.
Yeah. But then, and this is what I mean, but I think men or women or whatever, they make it a thing. This was a man who actually posed this question to me because he is dating this girl now and she wants the door held open. She wants him to get out of the car, walk around the car, open the door for her.
Probably wants the Instagram lifestyle as well. Fuck off and earn your own money, love.
He wants all them. So he wanted to know, is Chivalry dead? Well,
he should have bought a run. He should have bought a run here. I would tell her 2 things about herself. Let me send messages. Ironfly says, Chivalry is individual. What one person wants, another may say, I don't need my other half to do. Brina says, tell them, Milan, don't listen to Brina. Brina makes dodgy cakes anyway, so you can't listen to what Brina says.
She makes dodgy cakes, you know. You got my girl sounds like she makes some marijuana cakes.
Well, that'd make more sense. Brina's addictive cakes, by the way, to make some salty red velvet cakes. DJ Empress says, oh, no, that's dry up. PD85 says, it depends on the situation. I think it's also down to if it's demanded or required from a woman. And given Chili's example, the person who asked the question what their partner wants on a serious note, it is very dependent on what they require, what they believe they deserve, I suppose. Again, she bought a run here, boy, because, mate.
I might try and get them on here. I might try and get them on, actually.
And Brina says, I have manners, so I hold the door regardless of gender. But you know what, Chiz? Going back to your point about the guy in the petrol station kind of proves my point. You said this person was so overwhelmed almost by that. This is the first time that someone's opened the door, held the door for him. Mm-hmm. Now, again, that's because it kind of shows how imbalanced it is that it's always expected that the man does it and not both ways, isn't it? And that's a prime example, I suppose. Carl, what's your views?
I think that if we are living in a society where everything should be equal, then why should it be just a male opening the door for a female? I mean,
it's not equal, Carl.
I have no problem in, if I pass a door and I see elderly trying to go through, for instance, I will 100% stop and I will hold that door open for them. 100%. But I mean, nowadays everything's an electric door anyway, so who's opening the door for anyone?
I know,
but she said she wanted him to come out of the car and come round.
No, she's a dickhead. She's a dickhead. No, princess. Lesson 1: you ain't a princess. You ain't a princess. If you want one of those, go and buy a chauffeur.
Yeah. Fuck that.
You know what?
Purchase their time.
I agree with Carl. I can't. I just want to get out of the car. I'm not going to wait for you to walk, man. Fucking hell.
No, it's pissing down as well.
No, I'm greeted with like 20 roses and shit like that. She's one of those. She is a proper, like, classes herself as a princess. She's got one of those. She's got princess in her bio on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. So he was like, but he said, like, first of all, her personality, like, it didn't seem like that until he actually looked. He thought, oh, fucking hell. And she was like, are you not gonna? And she will sit there. Female. She'll sit in the car and she'll wait like this, like she'll wait.
I will, beep, beep.
No.
Don't move because the alarm will go off. I'll just crack the window a little bit. I'll see you later. I'm going to go enjoy this meal by myself. Do you want a takeaway? Do you want me to get your meal on the way out?
Exactly. Brina says, hang on. Brina says, what does Brina say? Brina says, I have manners. Okay, no. Says, you're out of order, Sticky. Again, talking about her dodgy cakes. PD85 says, if a man is going to open the door for you, then he will. Don't expect him. Don't expect from someone that doesn't do that, though. Okay.
Yeah.
But he made a good point there. He made a good point, though. Because if he's driven the car, right? If he's been the one that's been driving, he's the one that's concentrating on the road. Why can't your ass get out of the car and open the door for him?
Sticky. Now, one thing though, I wouldn't hold the door open for you, Stick. So I'm not being funny. You're about 6'5", and I'm like 5'3".
6'5".
I'd have to go like this. Imagine him trying to. It'd be awkward. I'd be like, "Fuck that! Hold the door open for me, Stick." I just run into your arm quickly.
Exactly. I am guy says if he met her as a princess, he has to keep if he met her as a princess, he has to keep upright what he essentially signed up for. No, he better unsign it.
He as a princess, then haha.
Yeah, he better be like, right, nope, I handed my notice in. There's my 4 weeks notice. Okay,
yeah.
Give it to HR.
Like, if that's what you want, but I've never understood that princess mentality. Like, fuck that. I'd rather just. It's weird. Do you know what? I know, like, I'm getting a little bit serious. Do you know, like, women, like, grown-ass women who want to be treated like princesses and, like, all that? It just screams daddy issues, don't it? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if it just screams daddy issues. I'm like, you got issues with the men in your life or something. Because why do you want it as a grown-ass woman want to be treated like a princess? I don't get it. But that's another topic for another show.
Do you know what I think that could be to do with? I think it's to do with what we see on TV. That you see, like, some of your favorite, like, IG models or actors or actresses and whatever, and you see them being looked after in a certain way, So you kind of think that, I deserve a man or person. Again, it's usually women than men, right? So,
bloody wives of bloody Atlanta, this, that, Orange County, I blame them lot, because them lot
why are you so obsessed with me?
Yes.
This one says...
What I still see, though, you see, like, when you go shopping, you still see in normally, like, not old couples, but like older couples, and in younger couples, like, the guy will still hold the handbag for the girl, or like carry all the shopping bags.
Yeah, because she's paying. Because she's paying. That's why. She's paying for all that shit, so it's like, I'm gonna do it. I'll do whatever you want. You know, like when you're at the cinema, you might see that couple and the guy's hugging the girl from behind. She's paying. She's paying.
too right as well. See, the handbag thing I can live with, you know. I can live with the handbag thing, you know. I can understand, because, you know, you're doing something at that moment in time. You need me to assist you and help you hold the handbag.
No. You're holding the handbag in one hand and you're holding the girl's hand in the other, and you're walking
around. No, you got two arms.
Most of the point, I'll be like, bitch, I bought that Gucci or Louis Vuitton. I'm fucking holding it. Yeah, it ain't your money that bought it. I bought it. Fuck off.
God, the bacon.
No.
Also, guys, before we get, I just want to make sure I add in again, right? I won last week's quiz. Okay, I came first.
Because you cheated.
That, man. Read the
comments. No, listen. I was there, innit? I was front row seat. Sticks cheated. Literally, he was getting answers. Right. He was getting like five flame streak, 6 flame streak. And then because we all clocked on, like, hold on. Sticks, you're getting all the answers right, because what's her face who was doing it? Kaylee
hosted as well.
She was hosting, and they were sharing screens that he could see the answers. So he was getting like 6 fire streak, 7 fire streak. Then when we all clocked after a while, because we're all a bit slow, not gonna lie, guys, the group of us that was on me was all a bit, you know, by the time we clocked, then he got like 1 answer wrong. Then we'd get like a 6 fire streak, then got like 2 answers wrong. 6 fire streak, 1 answer wrong. Dickhead.
I'm going to remind you of Soul Solid Crew song. Remember Soul Solid Crew, made 21 seconds? I told you this last week. They made a song called Haters, right? It goes, so many haters are clocking our figures. So many haters look like it's making paper. Hey!
Go on, check the comments now, shit. Sticks, check the comments now. What are people saying now? Hold on.
This one says,
Soul Solid Crew get 21 pence each.
Hold on. Yeah, basically, this one says, My Little Trouble says, don't let it go to your head, Sticky. I won't let it go to my head because I want fair and square. DJ Empress says,
big enough. You don't want that to get any wider. Don't do that to yourself.
Well, exactly. DJ Empress said he did cheat and she called me a general as well. Now, I
definitely cheated, because you know what he did? He probably niced up Kaylee before the quiz, because she's gullible like that. He's an idiot like that. She niced him got all the answers just so she could look good. Sticky, we know, all up in the videos, all up in the comments, just trying to make it about you. You are.
Because I'm pretty sure in the beginning, at one point, he said, "Can you guys see what I can see?" And we were like, what?
Oh.
Wait, there's more. There's more.
And he was like, no, it's because obviously when I'm sharing screens, and he tried to make up some excuse. Like, he's forgetting that I heard all these little things.
There's more. Ethan and Kim says, don't worry, he won't be cheating next time. So the reason why Ethan and Kim saying that is Ethan and Kim is going to host the next quiz.
London
Kim.
the answer. She's one of your chicks. That's your girl. You get me? And number one, Kaylee, you're with all of them, Sticky. So they're all gonna give you the answers. Don't piss me off, guys. Just like, share, fucking subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you next week. You're pissing me off, Sticky.
As Shitty said, yes, thank you for joining in again. Don't forget, we're back next week from 9 o'clock. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you are new to it, make sure you actually follow the Instagram page, Whole Division Podcast, right? So make sure you go on there, follow it. You know, see us posting stuff again. It's all a bit of banter and a bit of fun. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the friend, and we'll be back next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Obviously, Wasting Things will be here because I'm the greatest, and I won the quiz. Okay, I won the quiz. Came first, all right? First.
Sticky logo.
First place.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Black men didn't cheat, Sticky cheats. Bye, guys. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I hate you, Stick. I really hate you.